Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and I'm going to talk about Mandolarian, Season 2, Episode 5, The Jedi. And I gotta say, so far this has to be the best episode in the season so far. I know I said the one with Cara Dune Cara Dune. I had to do a jump cut because I had a brain fart on Gina Carano's name, character's name. So I know I said the Cara Dune episode and the Bo-Katan I really enjoyed, and let's face it, the Gina Carano's episode in here so far has been the best episode of the season. That is true. Up until this episode, because my God, I like having the episode, the last episode before this episode, made the wait worth it so much. So, as you guys know, I'm a Ahsoka Tano fan. I've been an Ahsoka Tano fan since the movie The Clone Wars came out. When she was getting hate at first, I was one of those people that was giving her love. I saw huge potential for her. And throughout the Clone Wars, I was happy with. When she was brought back in Rebels, I was excited. I'm still mad that they kind of retconned her death with Season 4. But that's just me. But I'm a huge Ahsoka Tano fan. I think she's one of the better or best Star Wars characters in general. And so as you guys may know, in this season, it's been heavily teased that Mando's gonna try to find Jedi to take care of Baby Yoda, which we finally got the name to him, which is Grogu, which I made a video earlier today talking about it. So we go to the planet Bo-Katan was talking about. I'm ready to have a brain fart, and it's like we see Ahsoka being a badass, taking out people like doom 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 doom, but more badass with her lightsabers, and I think it's cool. I think it's badass. It's like a lot of people were concerned about Rosario Dawson being Ahsoka Tano. I was game for that. Like back when it was just rumors before I knew it was an actual thing. I was for Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. Because, even though I did dismiss some rumors, and the only reason is I'm a fan of her work. Granted that the only thing that I remember seeing her in is the Netflix Marvel shows. Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, I believe she was in Luke Cage, and The Defenders. I don't think she was in Jessica Jones. And she played a nurse in the Defenders universe, and I enjoyed her work. So when I heard that she was going to be Ahsoka Tano, I said, if this is true, I'll be on board. And when she was on screen, yeah, Mando and Grogu might have been the main two stars of the entire series. But Ahsoka Tano, Rosario Dawson, stole the show. Every single scene she was in, she stole the show. Even when Baby Yoda was being cute, she stole the show. And I do like how there was this one point where she did say she only knew one other being that looked like Grogu, which is Master Yoda. And I do enjoy how in this uh episode we get Ahsoka still trying, like, still opposing some of her Jedi beliefs, like what Anakin taught her back in the Clone Wars days. And I liked how the fight scenes were, even though the last fight scene might have been unnecessary to some people, like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and I tend to agree with, but it was still cool nevertheless. This episode is my favorite because I get to see Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. I get to see Ahsoka Tano live action. I get to see Ahsoka Tano in live action be a total badass. And me doing this earlier, yeah, Ahsoka did it way smoother. And how Mando came to finding Ahsoka was he went to the village where we saw Ahsoka being badass trying to liberate the prisoners, and the people said, I need you to find the Jedi. The Jedi are the ancient enemies of the of Mandalore, even though it was this same Jedi that we're trying to kill, who's not even technically a Jedi, that tried to help free our people from a evil tyrant, ex-Sith Lord and brother. But yeah, even then, wasn't really an official Jedi. She was a citizen, as she says to Yoda and Mace Windu in the Clone Wars. So we get Grogu, like we get the name of Baby Yoda, which is Grogu, which I probably will refer to saying Baby Yoda a lot for a while, because I'm growing sort of accustomed to calling Grogu Baby Yoda besides calling him Baby Yoda. So Mando goes into the forest and jump cut. Sorry about that. I wanted to mute my TV so my PlayStation notifications won't be in the background. So anyways, we finally get the reveal of Baby Yoda's name, which is Grogu. And because Ahsoka and Grogu were able to communicate with some sort of force technique. I'm guessing it's some sort of force technique. And we get a little backstory, which I kind of briefly talked about in my last video. But it's how Baby Yoda, or Grogu, was part of the Jedi of the Clone Wars, even though he's 50. I guess for 50 years old for a baby like Yoda species, that's still a toddler infant stage. So he never really fought in the Clone Wars. He was you can tell by how small, how young he looks and how young he acts and his mental state. He would be classified as like a youngling initiate. Got my Jedi Path book. It says the Jedi Initiates are the youngest members of the Jedi Order. They achieve their rank when they are old enough for individual instruction. So yeah, I'm still kind of confused. What that? So I guess Yoda would be an initiate, Grogu, but he wouldn't have trained in the ways of this yet. And then she goes on to say that one of the Jedi was eliminated from the galaxy, referencing Order 66. And when the Empire rose, he was taken in, and by someone, but after that it was been groggy. So yeah, Grogu's a survivor of the Jedi Purge, the Great Jedi Purge, of Revenge of the Sith, Order 66. And we see him falling asleep, so Ahsoka accepts to see where he's at, begin his training the next day. The following morning comes, and we see a little bit of training, not so much, not so heavy. Which is understandable because he's still a toddler. What's your excuse, Ray? Yes, I just made a jab at the sequels. Anyways, so then Ahsoka senses the fear and the anger in Grogu, which is understandable because he's still at the young age where he hasn't mastered his emotions. He's at the age where he's probably not over, even though it's been like, what, 30-ish years at this point since Order 66 happened. He's still not over. He probably doesn't know the concept of it. He doesn't. Maybe he's not ready to let it go, and he's at a young age where maybe he hasn't got taught by letting things go. It will benefit him in the long run, because if he keeps letting things, if he keeps holding on to things, then he'll be a miserable creature for the rest of his life. And so yeah, we see and then when we get some training done, and then Ahsoka says, because she sensed the fear and the anger and stuff like that in Grogu. So then she says, I refuse to train him because of his fear and anger. And Mando argues, saying, Mando's argument is, that's why you should train him. And in Mando's defense, he does have a point. Grogu's at that age range in his life where his mind is keeps on getting molded. So he's at that young age where you could level the anger and frustration he has out early, where he won't be another Anakin. And I feel like she does. I feel like that was a reference to Anakin with her next line, because she said, well, I see what attachment and those type of feelings has done to well-trained Jedi Knights and good people. I refuse to doom Grogu of that route. And I understand her fear. I mean, who knows? Maybe if she was able to talk to Anakin before he went to see the Chancellor in Revenge of the Sith, maybe things would have played out differently. Like, way differently. Maybe Anakin would have never went to the dark side and he would have never became Darth Vader. Or maybe he would have. I don't know. I personally feel like slightly before Anakin told Palpatine about Obi-Wan engaging Grievous, that could have been like Ahsoka, if she went to that meeting sooner in the Clone Wars, that's when she could have had the most chance of preventing Anakin from turning to the dark side. I would have no doubt that she would have told either Obi-Wan or Anakin, preferably Anakin for her, but she would have taken Obi-Wan, I feel like. Tell them about what Maul said. So, but I see where she's coming from too. She's just afraid that somebody else will be the next, that Grogu will be the next Anakin. So I get that. And then Mando and Ahsoka teams up to liberate the village, give the people back their freedom. And then Ahsoka goes with this woman tyrant. She gets into the battle, which there's certain properties that are resistant to the lightsaber. I think it's called crotosis, and I think that's the blade that they use. Crotosis is this ore mined on the planet of Duro on Aperos, and this is from the Jedi Path. Is the most widely available of all countermeasures. When used to create body armor or create an arm shield, it can deflect a blade or create a feedback loop, which can cause a blade to start out. Cortosis is brittle, so on rare occasions, the power of your blow may crack this armor, of type of armor. And we kind of got that this like shown earlier when Ahsoka was fighting Mando before Mando said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan sent me. We need to talk." But he said all smooth like. So we see her going to the battle with to the leader who is impersonating the people, and then she beats the leader, losing one of her lightsabers in the water, which she probably got back. And she says, "Where is your master? Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?" And I was like, Mic drop. Mic drop. I hit my mouse. Good, my mouse is fine. So, yeah, it was like definitely a mic drop type, like, deal. Like, so she was trained by Grand Admiral Thrawn. So that must mean, at this point in the Star Wars timeline, she must have already found Ezra. And my theory is that guy who told Mando, "Please don't talk to them or to us," who looked at Ahsoka before going back to the village. What if that is Ezra Bridger? What if? Because, yeah, he was like, what, in his, like, early 20s, late teens, by the time he disappeared with Thrawn by the end of Rebels. And it's been, like, what, a few years after that? So, unless if the traveling bit took a lot out of him where something must have happened where it like made his body like grow faster, he shouldn't be looking that old. Which is why I'm saying maybe he like went through something. If that is Ezra, maybe he went through something and made his body age quicker. Because there's no way he should be looking older than my sister, who's in her 30s. Guess by then he would be about in his 30s. Late 20s, early 30s. Or that could easily be like a random man. Who knows? I mean, a lot of people thought that the drunk guy that helped Rose Tico and Finn in The Last Jedi was Ezra. It turned out it wasn't. But then Ahsoka, towards the end, said, "He looks at you like a father. Take him to Tython. Let him meditate. If there's any Jedi left in the galaxy, which we all know there's at least Luke Skywalker, and potentially Ezra, potentially. I don't know if he's living or not at this point. But Luke Skywalker is." But Ahsoka said, "Take him to Tython, let him meditate. If there's any Jedi, they will follow and hear his call." Which, I would love to see Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker. And the only reason why I'm saying Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker, because unless if they bring back Mark Hamill and do some de-aging stuff to his face and his voice, which might feel weird if we had like a full episode of that. Sebastian Stan would be the next best choice because he does resemble Mark Hamill when he was like in the original trilogy. So I think that Sebastian Stan, he also played the Winter Soldier in the MCU. I think the Sebastian Stan could pull off being Luke Skywalker. I mean, if Ahsoka Tano, if Rosario Dawson could pull off Ahsoka Tano beautifully, my favorite Clone Wars hero, and I do not know why I'm doing this, but my favorite Clone Wars hero, and this show, even though it was written by Dave Filoni, so of course it had the essence of Ahsoka, I have faith in this show that they could capture Luke Skywalker, which is what The Last Jedi failed to do, is capture the sense of Luke Skywalker. And that's another thing I want to note. I know this episode was written by Dave Filoni, so of course it's gonna, like, when Ahsoka appears, it's gonna have some of that Ahsoka vibe, you know? Having that Ahsoka vibe. But this episode, like, yeah, it might, like, have the essence of Ahsoka while, like, I saw Ahsoka on screen. And I was excited, too. But Rosario Dawson, she really captured her inner Ahsoka for this. I really enjoyed her performance. Her acting as Ahsoka was great. I did not, like, of course, when I first saw her, I said, "Oh my god, Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano!" But that was like a quick second. After that quick second passed, I did not think, "Oh, that's Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano." I felt that being Ahsoka Tano. I could feel it. I bought into Rosario Dawson's acting as Ahsoka Tano. Like, if she's, like, as if she was the only person who I've ever acted, who ever played the part as Ahsoka Tano. Granted that, I know there's some different actors who played Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars and Rebels, and maybe the a potential Ahsoka Tano series that I've been hearing, because I've been hearing some rumors, spread rumors, but I've been hearing rumors that there's going to be an Ahsoka Tano show. Some rumors say that it's going to be live action. If it is, Rosario Dawson. If it's animated, then they could easily bring in Rosario Dawson as well. Or have Ashley Eckstein, the original Ahsoka. But I felt Ahsoka through her performance, and I like that. One of the best performances I've seen of 2020. So congratulations, Rosario Dawson. So yeah, I'm excited to see where the next episode will take us. Will there be another side mission before seeing Grogu and Baby Yoda, Grogu and Mando go to Tython and do that thing, and potentially get either Ezra Bridger, Luke Skywalker, or another Jedi that we haven't heard of? Maybe Galen Malik, bring him back as canon character, please, in here. Maybe. Only next week's episode will tell. So, yeah, this is my favorite episode. I really enjoyed this. And I agree with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. This episode felt like a Clone Wars episode. It felt like a Clone Wars episode in live action. This isn't bad. It's definitely a compliment. So what do you guys think about Ahsoka Tano's cameo in here? And what do you guys think of the latest episode of Mandolarian? Leave a comment down below. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. And may the Force be with us all.